albeit League of Legends may be in a lot of your offices. Dota 2 has been a global phenomenon, and as Chris was talking about in the introduction, TI was this past weekend.
Yeah, I was this past weekend. We went through group stages and elimination stages, and as elimination goes, we saw some heavy hitters get taken out from TI running this week to go into the main event that will be starting on later on the 11th. And we'll go ahead and jump into the first elimination match, which we saw Heroic take a win here versus Yakutu Brothers. And Yakutu Brothers were an invited team from China that came in off of Gaming Gladiators, but they just couldn't find enough to find the win here. And let's take a look at this. Carry from Yuma on this Meepo, just amazing catch out on to a couple of the members. He was amazing across this whole entire series. He actually played the Meepo twice. Overall KDA with a 32, 2, and 19, but we can just see the prowess of him here, setting up this fight, getting the initial kill, then working with that Earthshaker from Fly, getting the Medusa, getting the kill. But let's move on to the next one. We had Nigma versus Aurora in the second match. Nigma started off strong. They had wins versus BB. But unfortunately, they ended up falling a little bit, having to come into this one. But let's take a look at Sumal. Sumal, a big name from former EG, coming out with the Shadow Fiend. Massive catch on the 2 here with that ultimately leading to this win here. Just a massive place by him. We know his mid is almost unparalleled in terms of team fighting. He finds the front, the Batrider tries to drag him, but it doesn't matter as the rest of his team allowed him to get the win. Next, we jump into P-Vision versus Wildcard, and we were talking about Satanic on our power rankings. Let's take a look at him here. Is going to be able to kill the Roshan, picks up the Aegis, and then just moves into dominating everyone on this anti-mage. He was absolutely electric. He would go 13-0-9, and then on game number 2, he would play the Faceless Void, ended up going 8-1-9 as well there. Overall KDA 21-1-18. We move on next to Tundra versus Team Liquid, and Tundra, one of our other heavy hitters, versus Liquid, the TI winners from last year. Both of these teams not wanting to lose out here, but it would be Tundra coming up big off of a double buyback. They allow the Invoker to come back up and get 2 double kills here from BZM. Just that his Invoker was a great on both that game, and then on game number 3, the Queen of Pain going 9-1-9 despite losing on the Monkey King. Still had a pretty good KD of 6-7-11. But in our last game, the biggest heavy hitter we had here was Team Spirit versus Team Falcons. Both of these teams really we didn't expect to see here, but here we are. One of them has to be eliminated, and eventually it would be Team Spirit going down. Utaro just not enough to take down the Sand King from Marlin here on this. I mean, look at that. In the burrow, into the epicenter, onto 3 of them here, just absolutely decimating their whole entire team and taking out everyone, and allowing his team to secure 4 kills in this game number 2. They cleaned that up really easily, and we'll move on to that main event. And these main event, we're going to talk about this a little bit later on our what's to come, but the main event is going to look great. We have teams such as Extreme coming out of China with that 4-0 in that group stage. We have a lot to look out for.